Hello and welcome to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I'm your host, Sam Squalia. We are bringing this to you from the virtual studios of the Workers Credit Union, virtual studios of FATV, Fitchburg Access Television. Thanks so much for watching at home. This segment here, we are talking with MOC-WIC, Making Opportunity Count, about the WIC program and the new capabilities that we have due to COVID restrictions and all the opportunities that WIC can provide. And then in the second half of the show, we will be talking with Joe Firmani from Operations Service and members from Cauley's Garden Center on South Street in Fitchburg about the Trees for Soldiers program and the exciting new developments that they have there for Christmas trees for veterans. So up now we have Breana Buckley, the director of MOC North Central WIC, correct?
Yes. Yes. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh my God. Thank you for having us, Sam. And we really appreciate you supporting the community as you always do and trying to get the word out there of all these programs for our Fitchburg residents. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we're here for. So MOC, Making Opportunity Count, which is the new acronym.
That's right.
Now supports WIC, which is Women, Infants, and Children.
Correct. Yes. Women, Infants, and Children. We are a federally and state funded program. WIC has been around for about 45 years, and it's a national program. Here in Massachusetts, we get a lot of support from the Department of Public Health, so we're able to service anyone who qualifies. So again, the categories are women, infants, and children. So either women pregnant, postpartum, infants, and children up to the age of 5 is who we support. In order to be eligible for WIC, folks that have standard Mass Health for insurance are automatically eligible, and anyone who receives SNAP benefits are automatically eligible. Other than that, we screen, we have income guidelines. So if anyone does not have those two programs, we can screen them, look at their income, and see if they're eligible. If you are eligible, we provide nutritious, healthy foods, and we provide them in a form of a debit card. So the specific foods that we provide are milk, eggs, cheese, peanut butter, beans, cereals, juices, fruits and veggies, infant cereals, infant formula. I'm probably missing a couple of things there, but we provide the staples, and the foods are loaded onto a debit card, which then participants go to the grocery store and pay for those specific WIC foods, pay with a debit card. We now have an app. It's called the WIC Shopper app, which folks can download onto their phone. And that app will tell them specifically what they have on their card, so they can scan foods in the grocery store. They can check what their balance is. And then when they go to pay using the debit card, it will show that it's removed from the balance. WIC families, normally we see everyone, for the most part, we load their cards of the WIC foods every 3 months. And so we always have a nutrition contact, as WIC is a nutrition education program. However, due to COVID restrictions, we are servicing everyone by phone, which actually makes it much easier to participate in our program. So folks can just give us a call. They can call our number. It's 978-345-6272. We have folks that have our WIC phones right at home, and they can call, set up an appointment, and one of the nutrition staff will call them.
It's a super convenient program. And is it approximately half of families that apply are eligible?
Exactly. So half of babies born in Massachusetts are eligible for WIC. So it's quite a huge yes. Exactly. So we try to get the word out. If you're not sure you're eligible, just call us and we can screen you. And again, we are servicing everyone by phone, which we have a lot of moms that deliver either calling from the hospital saying like, a nurse just told me about WIC, and we're able to get them on fairly quickly. So yeah.
Wonderful. And the app, which is a fairly new kind of offering from WIC. It makes it really easy. You're in the grocery store, you can use the app, see how much you have, scan a food to see if it's eligible, because only unlike like maybe SNAP benefits, which are more all encompassing, WIC benefits are very specific for nutritious foods.
Exactly. Yes, the USDA has many requirements to make foods WIC eligible and WIC approved. So therefore, it is very specific, which in times can make it a little bit more tricky, right? So you can't get the Welch's grape juice that is calcium fortified, but the Welch's grape juice that isn't, the container looks exactly the same. So it is. We do a lot of education over the phone right now on, please download that app. You can scan the foods in the grocery store. The Department of Public Health has also actually added quite a lot of new foods because of COVID and because of all the restrictions of, in availability of foods in the grocery store. So they did add a lot of foods to make it a little bit more easier. So there aren't as many restrictions, which I think is just helping families.
So the overall goal of the WIC program, what would you say the overall goal is?
So our overall goal is to have moms and babies be as healthy as possible. So that is why we tie in the healthy foods with the education. So we have registered dietitians and nutritionists on board. So every time you talk to one of our staff, every time we load up your card, you speak to one of the nutritionists to chat about what your goals are, nutritional goals. We also have a large component of our program is we have breastfeeding peer counselors. And these are women who were breastfed their babies, were on WIC themselves, and then became really passionate about breastfeeding. So then they are hired on to just support moms as far as their breastfeeding goals, which is very helpful. So we currently have 3 peer counselors. Most of our staff are bilingual. So we have Spanish, English, and Portuguese languages spoken at our offices, which is helpful as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. So the breastfeeding support, you offer the peer counselors and breastfeeding classes and all kinds of other breastfeeding support as well, which, a lot of new mothers, they maybe their mother didn't breastfeed, maybe no one in their family breastfeeds. So, they might try it, but then they give up because it might be hard at first, or they don't really know, or everyone they know is feeding with formula. So having the WIC program and having people that that have breastfed and that can talk you through it and teach you how to do it, that's really imperative in this kind of culture that we have.
Yes. And our goal really, truly isn't to shame anyone into doing anything. It's truly about really empowering them, and educating them. If this is something you want to do, we can educate you on this. So yeah, absolutely. We're just there to support moms. All of our nutritionists, they're all certified lactation counselors. So they can, we're all really experienced. Most of our team has breastfed ourselves, so we can help troubleshoot. Melissa Reyes, she is our community coordinator, but she is also one of the peer counselors, so she can support as well.
Yeah, absolutely crucial, especially in the first few weeks or first month, when you're trying to breastfeed and you don't know if it's going right, and you don't know if the baby's drinking, and having that kind of support, absolutely crucial. And I really appreciate that service is offered here and all around Massachusetts, thanks to the WIC program.
Thank you.
So you are off. So because of COVID, you can't do these things in person, but you are doing video or phone. You're doing phone appointments and phone consultations. Everything is by phone now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, everything is by phone, which is definitely in our community. We have quite an issue with transportation. So it makes it much easier for folks to not even have to just get to our office and bring in their kids. And so even just for that, obviously due to a pandemic, we don't want folks coming into any office and exposing them. However, it is much easier when transportation is a barrier for a lot of our folks to be able to just pick up a phone and call. So yeah, that's, we do our best. We have a set schedule where usually you can get in, if you call today for an appointment, we can either get you in today or tomorrow at the very latest. And we service people. We have families. On Wednesdays we work until 6:30 p.m. So for those folks that aren't able to talk during the day, we can talk to them at night. We offer Saturday appointments as well. And again, it's much easier when you have to physically go to the office, but some people just cannot talk during the week. So yeah. So we're doing everything by phone. We are mailing the cards for any folks that don't have the card. We just throw them in the mail, and we get all of our documentation needed via either phone picture or an email, just doing our best.
Yeah, COVID has changed a lot.
It really has.
So one thing that you used to offer a lot, I know, is pre-COVID was a lot of classes. So I don't know, newborn baby classes,
Yeah.
new baby and mother kind of social classes and other learning classes. Are you doing any of these via Zoom or anything like that?
Yes, we are. And it's funny, Sam, that you say that, because in February we hosted a Valentine's um, social gathering in our office, and it was February 14th, and there we are. We had hearts all over the office, and we had folks come in for snacks and just kind of for women who were pregnant or had newborn babies, just to get acclimated to our breastfeeding services. And it's crazy to think, just a month later, that everything would be shut down. So yes, so we are offering all classes by Zoom, and even if nobody is registered to take the class, one of our peer counselors just hops on and just sees if maybe anyone dials in. So yeah, we are offering. It seems as though we've kind of had a decline prior to COVID, with folks participating in-house classes. So we thought, you know what, we might as well try this new avenue and see if folks want to try the whole Zoom. And it hasn't been super successful yet, but we do offer it to everyone. So yeah.
Nice service. And just to note, the MOC-WIC main office is located right in Fitchburg. If when it opens back up to the public, it'll be 49 Nursery Lane on the second floor, and the newly renovated building right off of River Street in Fitchburg.
That is right. Yes.
Yeah. So so in order to apply, qualify for WIC, you have to be income eligible. You have to be a pregnant woman, or have given birth to a baby, or I guess be postpartum, and have have a child under the age of 5.
Correct. And we also foster children are automatically eligible. For foster parents, those children that they have in their custody, automatically eligible. And again, dads can apply for their child. They would receive benefits for the child that they're applying for. Yes.
But so pregnant women that have a pregnant woman, or let's say I just had a baby,
Yes.
so I'm postpartum, I get benefits and the baby gets benefits.
Yes, correct. Exactly. And it depends on the status. If you are choosing not to breastfeed, you would receive benefits for yourself up until 6 months postpartum, and then the infant would receive formula. We have a lot of moms that will supplement at night or when they're away at work with formula, and breastfeed when they're home. So there's all different kinds of, it's not kind of set in stone of how you need to feed your baby. So we have a lot of different food packages, depending on mom's status of how she's feeding the baby. But once baby is deemed eligible, that infant is eligible until that baby turns a year. So the baby would be on for the full year. Mom would be on either 6 months at the minimum or up to 1 year.
Because if you're breastfeeding, then you need more nutritious foods yourself.
Exactly. And after you deliver a baby, your body's trying to recover. So therefore, that's why we support all moms who have just had a baby. And we want to make sure that they are well, feeding their bodies the right foods.
Okay, let's bring up the phone number again to contact if people want to call and see if they're eligible.
Yes, please. It's 978-345-6272. And that's our main phone number. And they can just call, leave us a message, or again, the phone, there's someone picking up Monday through Friday, at least at the very minimum, 9 to 5 during the week. But yeah.
Great. All right. Is there any other information that we want to talk about WIC?
Let's see. I'm trying to think if I missed any aspects or avenue. We one other service that WIC provides is we have a case manager that works in our office. She is a family support coordinator. So if a mom is in need of more services, housing, more food in the house, has any questions of other programs within the community, we refer them to Anna, who's our family support coordinator, and she can assist them a little bit more in depth. We provide the WIC component, but we do have her available. So she has the capability to support families in applying for SNAP benefits and applying for Mass Health, which is ideal. So again, if someone calls and isn't eligible, I usually refer them right to Anna Morale. So it is, it's kind of, we offer quite a lot of services. And then within our agency at Making Opportunity Count, we always do internal referring just to make sure that folks are linked to every possible service that they need and are eligible for.
And so healthcare also, right when you're pregnant, you can start contacting, like I found out I'm pregnant yesterday, I can contact you and see what services I can have available to me.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yes, please. The moment someone finds out that they're pregnant, we suggest that they call as opposed to waiting, more towards second, third trimester. Scientifically, we, with our support as early as possible in the pregnancy, will just only help mom and only help that unborn child. So yeah, as soon as people find out they're pregnant, give us a call and we'll screen them.
And you can refer to for healthcare for like
absolutely yes stuff. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we want to make sure that they're well linked.
All right. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much, Breana.
Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate it.
Opportunity Count, WIC, North Central, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. We are going to take a short break, and then we'll be back on with Trees for Soldiers. All right.
Here we are, making strides together even when we're apart, because our progress won't be put on pause. The future is a world free from breast cancer, and that future is in our hands.
Hello and welcome back to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I'm your host, Sam Squalia, and on this segment, we have the pleasure of talking with Joe Firmani of Operations Service and Jay Landry of Cauley's Garden Center in Fitchburg on South Street. And we are talking about the 10th annual Trees for Soldiers program, right, Joe?
Yes, absolutely.
This is
thanks for having us.
10th year. It's a big year.
It's huge for us. When you start with just 20 trees, in 2010, all of a sudden you're a nonprofit and people are helping out and happy to do it, and you can expand this much. It's just been what a great 10 years.
Yeah, and this year you are expanding even more. Now we have trees available in Fitchburg.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing it for a while. We have a great relationship with the Garden Spot in Leominster. That's where it all started. But as the program's gotten bigger, and then you add COVID-19 to the whole mix, it was a great opportunity to say, hey, listen, we want it to grow. Let's do it with a Fitchburg business. And what an opportunity to make sure we play it safe and give people an opportunity to spread it out. So what we're hoping, with our relationship now with Cauley's, is that maybe we could take some pressure off of the Leominster location, let people spread out a little bit, but also still grow by getting the folks from Fitchburg that don't want to travel over there, or maybe towns in Pepperell and in southern New Hampshire because you look on the map, it's a nice straight shot to Cauley's from there. So that's what we're looking to do, and to hit that thousand tree goal for guys, for men and women that deserve it.
Yep, Cauley's is centrally located.
Mhm.
Right, Jay, you normally sell Christmas trees, and now will be offering Christmas trees in partnership with Operation Service.
Yeah, we do. We for a long time, but we're certainly happy to kind of expand and help Joe out and kind of bring this program forward.
Because the gardener spot in Leominster got really busy. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been since day one, right? It's been 15 to 20% growth every single year. And that's what prompted us in 2017 to go nonprofit. Prior to 2017, this was always just a love of mine and my wife's. Myself and Kathy, we just wanted to do it. It was all self-funded. And then at one point, it had gotten so big, it was the decision of going broke. Well, not really going broke, but, still financially having an impact on the house versus, saying, hey, let's do nonprofit. So we didn't want to cap the program. So that's what we did. We went nonprofit, and it was wildly accepted, and for us, very, very successful. And now we get a chance to actually move it forward with the Fitchburg business that, we've been talking about for a while.
Yep. I love it because I love Cauley's. They're fantastic. And now we have 2 locations. It's just growing from here. All right. Last year, you gave away 600 free trees for soldiers and veterans and their families.
Yeah, between the gardener spot and we do one event at Fort Devens, and we'll be doing it again this year too. Between that and Devens was 656 trees, where the majority of them were done through the store in Gardner, in Leominster, sorry.
656 trees.
656 from a measly 10 years ago.
And what is the date for the Devens date giveaway? And when is the date that veterans and soldiers and their families can start showing up to Cauley's Garden Center and the Gardener Spot in Leominster for their trees?
Yeah, the day after Thanksgiving, the program kicks off. Anyone can go to Cauley's, anyone can go to the Gardener Spot and get their tree. We promote it through the 19th, but it's really based off of the availability of the trees at both sites. We've been fortunate, right? Never run out, never had to turn anybody away. But who knows what this year is going to bring? So it will run for a good 3 solid weekends for anybody to go down. The only thing we ask is that the U.S. serviceman or woman or family sign the logbook so we know who's come in, and bring their military ID. And then Fort Devens Day is always in conjunction with the Boston Bruins. They're a big supporter. They come out, and on December 4th this year, we will be giving trees to servicemen on the base. The guys that, they don't have the time, they can't run out to Leominster or Fitchburg to pick up. So we bring it to them. This will be our 3rd year doing that, and it's always been a great time. A little more captive, right? Because it's base personnel, but it's 100% volunteers, and they love doing it.
And the Boston Bruins Foundation comes out, and doesn't the Boston Bruin mascot come too?
He sure does, and the kids love it. So it's a great little time, and COVID's made things a little dicey, but we think we found a way to do it, be safe, and nobody is going to go home worried.
So the requirements for a free tree are that you must sign the logbook and that you must have your military ID?
Yeah, we ask they bring their military ID or, and I'm going to forget the form name, so I'm not going to try to abuse it or insult anybody, but their military retirement form. And something, in most cases, all these guys come down with them anyway, and they're happy to show them because they're proud. They're proud of what they've done. But it's just a reminder, with these guys, we're trying to take as much pressure off the Gardener Spot and Cauley's as possible, so they don't have to guess who's who.
Mm-hmm. And if I am not a veteran or a military hero, how can I support the Operation Service Trees for Soldiers program?
We are a registered nonprofit, so we accept donations just like any nonprofit. They can go to our webpage, operationservice.net, and there's a place where they can donate. They can we always put a GoFundMe site up this time of year because folks are comfortable doing it. They can always go on the GoFundMe site. They can pull that right from our Facebook page. Pre-COVID, we loved having volunteers, but we are kind of really bringing that back and trying to control that. We don't want to have a ton of people walking around and interacting. So we've had to pull back a little bit on the volunteerism this year, which is a shame because we've always toted it as a community project, and we love when the community comes out and helps out.
You mean to unload the trees?
Unload the trees, and they come down on Saturdays and they help put trees on the cars, and so. But we've had to really, really bring that back and rethink it, just to make sure, that we don't put anybody in jeopardy.
So what are you doing instead?
We're relying on both locations to manage their folks. I mean, they've both been doing it for a long time. They know how to handle it. And if people do want to volunteer, we are leaving it up to both stores to make the decision. So on the webpage, I put out that you'd have to reach out to the sites so they can manage their store. The rules just change too much, and we don't want to dictate what happens at a location that's not ours. Like I said, we're the sponsor. We go out there and we raise funds all year long to make it happen. But these guys are on the front lines, and we don't want to tell them what to do, or especially if they don't feel comfortable. So if people do want to volunteer, we're just suggesting they reach out to the ownership and ask if they can be used or not.
Jay, at Cauley's Garden Center, do you anticipate there being a larger influx of Christmas tree shoppers this year?
I think so. I think so. Anyway, it's been a busy season, busy spring and busy summer right on through, with people being stuck at home and doing a lot of gardening. And I think that's going to carry over into Christmas, decorating outside, putting the trees up, and looking for, something to feel better about this year, But yeah, we are hoping to have some more people come in and be prepared for it. We brought in more trees, and we're hoping the weather cooperates and we can do a good job for Joe and his operation.
Fantastic. I understand that sentiment because I've been stuck at home myself. The day after Halloween, I was ready to put up the Christmas tree and decorating with lights, go all out. I bet it'll be popular this year.
Yeah, we're hoping to get everything in as soon as we can and get moving forward with it. But certainly by, like Joe said, right after Thanksgiving, we're expecting to have everything up and ready to go.
And another thing that I want to do for the holidays is I want to go to Wachusett Brew Yard and drink beer, I guess. Right, Joe?
Yeah, that was a huge surprise to us. We had gotten a call from the folks at Wachusett Brewery, and they said, hey, we want to do a holiday IPA, and it's going to be a special brew. We want to dedicate it to veterans and service people, and they wanted portion of the proceeds to go to an organization that services our U.S. servicemen and women. And it ended up being great. I mean, at the end of the day, we ended up being local, which they loved. We're not a military organization like they are. They just love giving back. I believe 2 of the 3 owners are also from around here, so they're local. So it was a nice little partnership. And something we're happy to have been asked, and we're happy to participate. And trust me, I've gone up. I've had a few. They're awesome. They're really good, and they only can get bought at the store. So they don't go. They're not going to the liquor store. So you have to go to the brewery to pick up. But boy, I'll tell you, it's worth it. And we're honored to have been chosen.
So Wachusett Brewery put out a new holiday double IPA, which is a special brew made of 5 different hops from the Pacific Northwest. They're either in a 16-ounce can, that's a 4-pack, that's only available at the brewery store, or it's available on tap at the brew yard as well. And it's 8.3%. So
yeah, you gotta be careful. It's a double. It's a double, and and Operation Service was chosen to receive part of the proceeds to support this program that we're talking about, our Trees for Soldiers program.
Yep. And so they will be donating proceeds from that to the goal of giving away 1,000 trees.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we think we can hit it. The partnership that we're putting together with, that we've always had with the Gardener Spot and now with Cauley's, we're hoping to hit that number. We're really hoping to hit that number. We want to do it.
Now,
So
how
the
do
more
you,
we get the word out, the better.
that was going to be my question. How do you get the word out? I mean, you go on, fantastic TV shows and you talk
Yeah,
about,
yeah. I mean, I
how else do you
I
get
thought
the word out?
DFN's always been very good to us. It doesn't matter what community project we're doing. Fitchburg Sentinel's always been very good to us. WRR has been very good to us. And a lot of the local news stations have come out and they've helped us spread the word. And we're just trying to, like I said, because of COVID, we're trying to be careful. I see some of what's going on and we don't want it to happen to us. So we're just trying to be really, really careful. Social media has been our best friend. There's no doubt about it. Because as long as you guys continue to approve our posts, it gets out to a lot of folks, right? And then your folks, they spread it, right? And that spread has been just invaluable to an organization that's as small as ours. We're tiny, but we do a lot of what we like to believe are really good stuff.
It's amazing what social media reach can do. It's friends
Absolutely.
sharing, other friends seeing it, they share with their friends, and then just
Yeah, it's been a great medium, and that's how we started. I mean, back when it was just me and my wife, we weren't paying for advertising. We wanted every dime to go to a tree that was going to be taken by a U.S. service person. So we relied on social media to spread the word. It was amazing how fast it got out there.
Well, we appreciate what you do, Joe, and we appreciate Cauley's Garden Center stepping up, and the Gardener Spot in Leominster, always fantastic as well. Is there anything else that you want to mention?
I don't, unless Jay does. Like I said, I just think it's going to be a great partnership. We're excited to actually expand it for the first time in 10 years.
All right. Well, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Jay.
us too. I'm just excited to get started. That's all.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
day after Thanksgiving. That's the big tree day. That's the start. And you'll have a
Yes.
good maybe 3 weeks, maybe more, because they haven't run out yet, but
All right.
don't wait till the last minute.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jay. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for all you do for our community.
It's our
And
pleasure.
thank you at home for watching Discussing Fitchburg Now and learning a little more about your community. And we'll see you in the next show. All right. Thanks.